Hey guys, Dan or aDrive here, bringing you guys a quick little gameplay video of our Elestrals Digital app. In this game, I'm playing against JadeJonnys, who's helping me test. He's one of our little alpha testers, and we have a pretty good gameplay here that I think you guys will enjoy. A couple things to note about the digital app, if you guys are not up to date with it. We've been working on this for a few months. It's going to be coming out in Q2 of this year, so give us, like I said, 3 to 6 months until it's like fully available for everybody. But we are going to start rolling it out slowly from an alpha perspective to just get some more feedback and updates and stuff. So a lot of things need to be polished, I'm not going to lie, but I thought it'd be really fun to show you guys exactly what it is at its core. It's very sandboxy right now, much like a better substitute for Tabletop Simulator, but there's going to be a ton of features that we're going to add down the road, and we're also working on coding in effects and stuff so that those things happen automatically as opposed to them being manual actions. But again, right now it was just a way to get us a better substitute for Tabletop Simulator so you guys could play the game and practice the game and have fun playing it as we wait for our cards to arrive. And again, this is just like the very, very, very tip of the iceberg for Elestrals Digital. But let's have some fun. Let's take a look at this gameplay, and you'll see that even me, I'm trying to figure out exactly where all the buttons are that I'm looking for and things like that. But I think it's a really exciting step forward for what we're building. Okay, so here we go, and I'm gonna talk about all the different pieces, but there is a little chat feature. We're currently working on the dice rolling at the beginning, and the game will automatically draw you 5 cards and you connect PvP. You can see that I was able to set a card face down. I choose to cast my Rummagem into defense position, and the gameplay is obviously sped up as well. And you can see that I can, draw cards, I can search my deck. I was trying to figure out exactly the buttons I needed to press to search my deck, so you'll see me pause here for a second, but ultimately you end up browsing the deck and kind of picking exactly what you want, and then you can choose exactly where it's gonna go. So I was able to add the Sprouter to my hand. I think I end up just telling him, hey, I got Sprouter, just so he knows. I'm not very familiar with the Samsung Android keyboards. I'm pretty bad at them, but nonetheless. And then I decide, okay, like I'll set this tornado face down, and I'm gonna end my turn. So again, all this stuff is manual right now, but there will be things coded in. Like I've shown examples on Twitter of us coding in effects where like you have a Nimbug, you activate its effect, you choose to expend, and then it'll automatically allow you to kind of function with Siracun coming onto it. So you see Johnny here is gonna play his Veritaqua. He's able to target the attack. You see the animation of it going towards me. I select my Rummagem to destroy, and good to go there. So he says he ends his turn. I draw it, no problem. And I believe I play my Tornado, if I'm not mistaken, to bounce back his face down here. Actually, no, I say, you know what, I'm gonna play, yeah, I play a Sprouter and attack, seeing if he has any response. So my thought here is let me grab my Scythe. So I grab my Scythe out of my deck. I think I end up putting it in the rune slot just to show him, but then I add it back to my hand, and you can manually drag and drop as well. I end up playing it anyway, so it's no big deal. This is like super casual, right? Like we're just like casually playing here. So then I say, you know what? All right, let's blow back that face down just to be safe. We are playing pre-constructed, obviously. These are just like the starter decks that we're gonna have. So, he probably knows my deck better than I know his, even though I'm the one who made the deck list. I've done so many changes to them. I have a hard time keeping track, but you can see, okay, I want to cast my Tornado. It immediately pulls up the spirit list. I choose the one I want, and then I can do that. You can't like do too many or too little or whatever. It like allows you to do it perfectly. I select the Scythe of Demeter. I'm able to cast it, and then I actually choose to have it target the Sprouter as well, which is really cool. So like when you cast an artifact, it allows you to kind of choose it. I select the target, I decide to attack his Veritaqua, he has no response for it, and then I actually get to return an Earth Spirit from the Underworld, which I think I did, or I don't know if I did, but I think I was double checking the effect. Yeah, I was like, let me just read the effect. It's been a while. It's so funny. You would think, like I said, as the guy who like created the game, here's what it was. I browsed, but I had to click manage, so it took me a minute to kind of figure out exactly what I had to do here. But again, this is super exciting. We're like working on updating all the graphics and things like that. You'll be able to change your sleeves and your playmat. You'll be able to construct decks from a full, I had to learn how to return spirit. You can construct your deck from like a full, the full set of cards and things like that. So that's our objective right now with this app, right? Like the objective is to make it as feasible as possible for you guys to play Elestrals, learn the game, have fun with it while we wait for our cards, and then we're gonna build it out. Like I would love to have this be like our version of Duel Links. I'm a big Duel Links fan. I really enjoyed playing Duel Links myself, and I think it'd be really sick to have something like that, right? So that's what my hope is with like events and different things like that, a ladder where people can play. Not only constructed, but like pre-constructed, maybe even like a speed type of game. There's like so many things we can do. So He actually plays his Warmite. He uses Warmite's effect, drops Sprouter's attack. I decided to just take it. At this point of the game, it's a little frustrating to take that. I could have poison tipped arrow, but it wouldn't have been that great, so not that big of a deal. He ends, I draw into it, I say, okay, you know what, we'll just play Equal Links, no problem. Equal Links obviously can attack over. I play Scythe face down, we're gonna use that later, and I'm just gonna hit the Warmite and knock it out. And you can see, like, very seamless, right? Like, with everything's working good, it's pretty good. Like, this is pretty solid. I'm actually really happy with where we're at. So he's gonna play his Nectar of the Gods, he'll draw a little bit. I'm just kind of taking a peek at my spirit deck and just kind of considering that. But it's just, we're just so excited about where we're at. So again, the hope is to turn this into like full blown with like events, different things going on. Obviously, like one of the things that Duel Links had in its kind of benefit is that there's such a huge library of cards, so they can release a new set every couple weeks and keep things exciting, keep things fresh. Obviously with Elestrals, we don't quite have that same flexibility because we only have one set out, which is coming in the summer. So for us, it's, you know, this is something that I think when you look at Elestrals Digital and what we're building here, just recognize that this is like the very, very, very tip of the iceberg. This is the very beginning of what we're building. And here I'm very excited because he played Smoltuga, searched out that Necruff, and I actually get to pull out the Say Timber combo. So I'm trying to think, okay, how do I do this? And then I realize, okay, I can ascend. There's an option to ascend. You can see it automatically ascended for me. I grabbed the spirit from it. Then I get to play Scythe onto it. I'm so pumped about it. I actually get to use this this play here where I can use Say Timber with Scythe. I can Nexus the spirits off of Scythe onto Say Timber and get Centaur out. And this is a really fun combo. This is what Earth is all about. I was so excited that I actually got to do this. I feel like, I'm not even gonna lie, this is the first time I pulled off the Say Timber combo since like way back in alpha testing. Like we're talking probably May, like May, June, July, that time frame was the last time I was able to play this deck and like actually do this combo, which is kind of funny. So I'm like, give me a minute. I need to figure out how to use Centaur right now. I wasn't sure the best way to do this. Again, these are the little things we're working out. I think I end up just searching. I manually drag the spirits and stuff just to make things easier for myself. And then I think I just end up adding Centaur to my hand. So that way I can just ascend from that, and that ends up being like the best way to do it for now. So again, not saying it's perfect, but it works. And it's, again, this is like very early stages. So I'm able to ascend, and then I hit him for like 5, which is awesome. So I was really pumped about that. I hit him spirit deck. He already took the spirits for it. No big deal. One thing I will mention, I'm gonna pause. This is gonna matter later. I just realized it now. I never activated the effect of Scythe of Demeter there. So Say Timber did destroy an Elestral in battle, and thus I should have regenerated an Earth Spirit here. I did not do that. I did not regenerate the Earth Spirit as a result of Scythe of Demeter, so therefore I should have one more Earth Spirit. It does end up mattering. You're gonna see that it actually does end up mattering. So he's gonna end up start pulling out his big combo here, recognizing, okay, I need to figure out how do I get rid of this Centaur that's sitting at, 5 or whatever. He's gonna play Hephaestus, he's gonna play Kinleo. Kinleo obviously can just do an easy Nexus. This is when I say, okay, I obviously have to respond. This is when I finally use my poison tipped arrow, because I know he's gonna put a lot of resources into this Kinleo. So by me poison tipping it, I can at least make it so it'll be gone at the end of the turn. So if he kind of overextends on this, then I have an opportunity to kind of respond to it on the following turn, because this is going to get really close, right? Like, he's going to be able to get Centaur off the field right now, which is really rough, but I can at least respond to it because he'll have an empty field. So, and he's got a stacked hand right now. So he ends up playing Hammer, so he's able to Nexus off the Hammer. He was able to get it from Hephaestus. He's gonna just Nexus around, get that Kinleo buffed up. Kinleo's effect is gonna knock out the Centaur, and then he's gonna be able to attack directly. And then in the end phase, I can use my poison tipped arrow to essentially remove Kinleo off the field. And then we're gonna have like a really close kind of showdown. Normally he'd be able to see my spirits. For some reason, I think the playmat actually makes it hard to see the spirit count. He asked me how many I had because the number's right above it, and I think just the coloration of the playmat in that exact spot makes it a little hard to see. So we may have to add like a stroke to it or something. But he does end up very sadly destroying my Centaur, but it was worth every moment of it. It was very exciting times. So he stacks up this Kinleo, and I think that's a hit for 4, something like that. I think I get hit for 4 here, which is good. And this is where the game ends up getting really kind of wild. He ends up circling the sky onto it so he can draw. I say nice play, obviously, really good play there. and yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see most, right? Like I said, we're hoping to roll this out in the next week or so. I'm gonna hand select some people in the community to help us do a little bit of testing behind the scenes. You'll have to probably sign some NDAs and stuff. And then and then we'll kind of go through that period. Again, we're aiming for Q2, right? Like, we're still 3 to 6 months away from this being in the hands of everybody, and that will be beta, right? That's not gonna be the final version, but you can see where we're at. Like, we're in such an awesome spot already, and we have still 3 to 6 months of development before we even roll this out to people. A lot of testing, a lot of things like that. So I wanted to get you guys gameplay, and if you want to see more gameplay, let me know. So I take the hit for the Kinleo. We're really close. I think I ended up expending a couple more here, making sure I got all of them. I think I got them all. So I think we're good. I think I counted. So again, I should have been +1 here, and again, this is where I expended for PTA. So I'm one less, and it ends up being really close. He'll end up destroying his Kinleo. He's got 3 left. I've got, what is that, 4 left. So I should have had 5, but it's, again, no big deal. I draw. I end up pulling Circle of Sky. Not that useful, but I say, okay, you know what? I can cast Flora here. I can get on the field. I can get, I'm gonna play Circle of Sky face down, just as like a bluff. I'll play Flora. I can grab whatever I want. I end up grabbing Rummagem because that's just such a good card. It allows me to basically, my thought was I can grab Rummagem and that'll allow me to grab something like bulkier, or I can grab Tectorus, which might end up being useful here at the end game, and then I'll just hit him for 1. So he's got 2 left. So we're right down to the wire here. And obviously earlier in the game with his Smoltuga, I'm pretty sure he grabbed Nekruff, if I'm not mistaken. And he's gonna be able to destroy me. And then I take an extra Spirit of damage here as a result of that. And then basically I have to expend. I'm running really low right now. He's running really low. He has 1 spirit left. I have 2 spirits left. This is close. I draw, and I draw a Spy Nymph. And I'm like, wait a minute. I might be able to stall him out here. So I play Spy Nymph in defense position, and I end. And he, in theory, probably can't get over this, right? Like, he has no way to get over this, but he does, right? So he ends up having another Fire Spirit, and he's gonna be able to make a play here, and it ends up being kind of a spicy play. But I'll tell you kind of how this could have played out a little bit differently. It's very interesting. So he ends up ascending into Blazerus, which is a really cool play. Gets the Blazerus on the field. Obviously, Blazerus has the effect where it can attack twice. I say GG. I was just happy because this was actually the first full game against someone online with no errors, no issues, nothing like that. I said good GG. I was happy. I was good. I called it good. Technically, the game is not over, and I'll explain to you why. So what I could have done here is Blazerus attacks and destroys Spy Nymph. I chose to just destroy the Spy Nymph. I could have used Spy Nymph's effect to cast it as an artifact with the 1 spirit I have left, which would bring me to 0. We would both be at 0. And as a result of that, I would then drop Blazerus' attack to 0 because of Spy Nymph's effect. Thus, Blazerus would no longer be able to direct attack me for the game because it has 0 attack. And if you have 0 attack, you can't direct attack and do damage. So we would have been in a stalemate with Spy Nymph on the field with 1 spirit as an artifact, empowering the Blazerus with 0 attack. We both have 0 spirits, and then the game would have come down to this. If Johnny drew another Eruption, he had 1 more in his deck. If Johnny drew another Eruption, he could win because he can use the 2 spirits on Blazerus, which can't attack because it has 0 attack. Well, it can attack, but it can't do anything. He could use the spirits on Blazerus to fuel the Eruption, the 2 costs that he needs, play Eruption to automatically win the game. The other instance where I win the game is if I draw Ambrosia and Earthquake. If I draw Ambrosia, I can use the spirit on Spy Nymph as an artifact to enchant Ambrosia, get rid of that, get 3 spirits back, play Earthquake, destroy the Blazerus, and then play a Rummagem or any 1-cost Celestial and attack for game. So it would have come down to if he drew Eruption before I drew Ambrosia and Earthquake. And there may be some other outs I had, but those are the two easiest ones. I will say he did have an Eruption early in the game, I'm pretty sure. So it's likely that I could, and I think I had I had 1 Ambrosia, I think, and 2 Earthquakes. So it would have been interesting how it played out, but nonetheless, GG's. We were just excited to get through a full game, and I think this is a really, really awesome step in the future for what Elestrals is going to be in terms of our digital app. So let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or anything like that in the comment section below. And again, I hope to get more gameplay for you guys soon with Elestrals Digital as we continue to work on awesome stuff. I should have an update on Kickstarter in the next few days as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.